Now, I want to talk about the dimensions of understanding men. Having talked about the world of men, how do you understand men? The dimension of understanding men. Many years ago, I took a course in Nairobi. In one of my books, my book on purpose, I talk about the temperament. There are 4 types of men. There are people, or we call them the choleric people. There are people who are sanguine. There are people who are phlegmatic. And there are people who are melancholy. The first thing that I've always done in my life when I go to a place, I first of all learn their temperament. I make sure that I learn their paces. I learn their priorities. In our church, I did an entire workshop on temperament. So I know who is a choleric on my team. I know who is a sanguine on my team. I know who is a phlegmatic on my team. I know who is a melancholy on my team. So when I'm handling these people, I handle everybody depending on their personality. So the dimension of understanding men. How do you understand men? Number 1, the law of protocol. Every environment has a protocol. Every environment has a system of protocol. Protocol is unexpected behavior. When you go to a place, there is a specific unexpected behavior you are supposed to embrace. You are not qualified to remain in that environment until you study the protocol of environment. You see, God honors environment so much. Before God made the fish, he first made the waters. The water is the environment for the fish. Before God made the soil, before God made the plants, he first made the soil. The soil is an environment for the plants. Before God made the stars and the moon, he first made the galaxies. The galaxies are the environment of the moon and the stars. So before God made the product, he first worked on the environment. Why? Because the product does not want the environment to survive. The product needs the environment to survive. Praise the Lord so much. If you go to a church to preach, if you have been invited as an invited guest, the first thing is to learn the expected behavior. Some churches, when you enter in there, they have a specific place that they want visitors to sit. Now, if you come with your lugezi, if I can use that word, then you say, me, I will not sit there, I want to sit here. Now you have broken the protocol. You may never enter that church again. You come and enter a house, you must learn the expected behavior. If you go to a house and you find people have put their shoes outside, for you don't come and enter with your shoes, you must learn the protocol. Many believers are ignorant of their expected behavior, and so they step into a certain circles, and when they step out, they never get in again. You and I as leaders must understand the law of protocol, and this goes hand in hand with what we call the ministerial ethics. I've been teaching my team about the ministerial ethics a lot. As a lead minister, as a lead pastor, you must know that you are the head, and everyone must know that you know that you are the head. Now, that is very important. That's not pride, but as a lead minister, as a founder of Kingdom Glory Faith Ministries, as the lead pastor of Regents Church, everybody on my team knows that I know that I'm a leader. And I also know that I know that I'm a leader. I'm the head. That is not pride. It's just how it is. Now, as an assistant minister, there are things that you must understand as per protocol. You don't visit people when you are hungry. When you go to visit people and they give you food, no matter how nice the food is, you don't sweep the whole plate. And when they give you food, you don't tell them, please, you don't eat and then you start licking the plate because the food was so nice or the soup was so nice. Those are unethical behaviors. For us in our culture in Uganda, when the visitor goes to a place and they slaughter for you a chicken, in most cases, they get all the chicken and put on either in the dish and they bring on the table for the visitor. Now, while the children in the kitchen, they give them soup. So they are expecting some balance from... So please, visitors, when you visit our country, when you visit us in Uganda, and slaughter for your chicken, just know that in the saucepan, what is left there is only soup. So as you are dishing the chicken, know that we are also we are also expecting some leftovers. Don't finish the whole chicken, please. That is unethical behavior. Praise the Lord. There are preachers and ministers that have gone to certain churches to preach or to minister, and because they didn't understand, they didn't study the protocol, they preached well, yes. They preach with the power, yes. But they will never go back to those churches again. Why? Law of protocol. So we must understand these things. For example, in Jesus' time, in Jewish days, when you came to someone's house from a long journey, you were never allowed to enter with the dusty feet. Now that was during that time. So so when a person visited, you will stand outside, and then as the way of honoring you, they had some men who were called servants. These servants would come with the water and oil and a sponge, and they would wash your feet and clean it with a towel as a proof of honor. Now remember that you need to understand the law of protocol. That was the protocol during Jesus' time. And now, then once you were washed, and then you were now ready or authorized to get into the place to stay. Now, if you went to Israel without understanding that principle, we can never invite you back again in that land. So you need to understand the law of protocol. Number 2, appearance is the seed for acceptance. You cannot be going for a job interview and then dress as if you are going to a movie theater or a club. Praise the Lord. You are going to submit a proposal for a business that is worth 100 millions, and then you enter with pants and a t-shirt which is button, or a shirt which is buttonless. Let me tell you, no right thinking person trained like me and an intelligent system will host you and give you a job. You must understand that appearance is the seed for acceptance. Next, you must understand the diplomacy of managing greatness. Now, diplomacy is not compromise. I'm telling you, you will have the chance to meet and to stand with great people who will bless you. But those people may not even be born again. I've had the chance to interact with a lot of men who are not even of my faith. But by the time you leave each other, they're like, you are so different. How do you get what you want from someone even though you don't agree? They may be so vulgar. There are some times that your answer as a leader should be with your body and not with your mouth. Your body language can speak more than even your words. So to understand atmosphere, you must be quick to discern. Be quick to discern. That's what Esther did. Esther knew the right time to talk. Sometimes silence is the best sheep home. You know, there are wives at home who will never receive anything from their husbands because they do not know when to ask. Any time is not the right time to do something. You must know when to do something. There are times when Jesus kept quiet, even when he had what to say. Now, he was quiet not because he didn't have the answer. He was quiet because Jesus is God. And these guys were looking for anything to hold him accountable. So Jesus knew, if I open my mouth right now, this is the wrong courtroom. And Jesus kept quiet. Praise the Lord so much. You also remember one time when they brought a lady who was caught in adultery. Bible says they got him and the lady and brought her to Jesus, and they told Jesus, this lady was caught in the act. And for us, the law tells us that such people must be stoned. Then what do you say? Now, and the Bible says they were trying to test him so that they can get some word or one word to hold him accountable. Bible says Jesus never said anything. Not because he didn't have what to say. Bible says he went down and began writing on the wall. Began writing down. And of course, after writing, when they insisted, he rose up and just said one word. He who has not sinned, let him cast the first stone. Any time is not the right time. Sometimes silence is the best sheep home. There are times you don't ask by asking, but you ask by doing. To understand men, dear leaders, You must understand the protocol of every system. Understand the protocol. This world is ruled by system. In fact, the word world means governing system. You must understand the world of politics. You must understand the world of medicine. You must understand the world of media. You must understand the world of governance. You must understand the world of sports. You must understand the world of... Understand every world and understand how systems work as a leader. You see, strived so much all my life to be able to know at least something about anything. So in our church, I can play every instrument, I can preach, I can do media. Most of the work that you people see on my social media handles, I do them myself. I do production. I'm a gospel artist. Understanding the system. Adaptation does not always mean compromise. There are times you have to receive grace to bend to create a positive perception.